What does camping in the middle of the wilderness and community have in common?
Boondocking. Hey everybody, I'm Garrett.
And I'm Carolyn.
And we're Diary of a Family.
We're living life intentionally with you.
Today we're going to be talking about finding and creating community while boondocking.
This winter we spent a lot of time boondocking in the desert around Phoenix, Arizona. And it was very beneficial for us as a couple and for our kids to have others around us, boondocking with us and spending quality time getting to know each other.
We absolutely loved getting to know a lot of these families, some from the FullTime families group that we're a part of and some not. We really connected well with other families that had kids that were our kids' age.
These are some of the top reasons why we love to boondock with others. Number one, there is safety in numbers.
Camping with others really gives us a sense of security, knowing that our friends are there to help thwart possibly someone breaking into our trailer.
Number two reason why you should boondock with others, you will have a helping hand close by if there's a problem. It's got to be the worst day in history when you find yourself in the middle of nowhere, stranded because something on your vehicle quit working or your trailer is not functioning properly, you know, things like that. Number three, socialization. Now we're not saying that you can't meet other kids in campgrounds and in RV parks. What I am saying is that your kids will build such great friendships when it's more intentional about hanging out with certain people and in a location where the distractions of normal day living are kind of set aside. Our kiddos have been invited to birthday parties while boondocking. They've spent hours and hours, countless hours, out in the wilderness behind our trailer, hanging out with other kids and just socializing.
Some families will even set up a movie night for the kids, which is fun as well. And it gives you a reason to have s'mores every night.
Not every night, but at least a campfire.
And we are going to hike up this little mountain right here. You want to go for a walk?
No, I want my cup.
Ready? We're going to have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These two tunnels connect underground. Yeah.
I'm with little Eddie, which makes things go a little bit slower. Are you ready, Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah?
3, 2, 1, go.
Hop down off this little peak here. Now we're gonna walk back over there. You got it, bud.
Gotta follow the grown-ups.
Made it all the way back down. That was quite the interesting hike. Emma and Timmy went with the group ahead and they made it all the way up before I did.
Number four, educational opportunities. There have been so many opportunities for our kids to grow and learn, from the Connect to STEM event in Phoenix, Arizona, to the Albuquerque, New Mexico Balloon Museum and the Petroglyph National Monument. All of those were field trips that we took with other families that we were boondocking with. Woo! It's working for you!
We're doing bananas.
You're doing bananas!
Banana.
Number 5, it really does take a village.
We're talking about raising these wild, crazy kids. We have found when boondocking with a group, you can get a message group going so that you can quickly type out a message. Have you seen Emma?
Or, does anybody know whose kid this is? It's not mine.
Does anybody know who owns this? And some random object that has been left in their campsite.
It's mine.
It also gives us a chance to shout back and forth when somebody's in town, because some of these locations are quite distant from shopping centers, etc.
45 minutes to an hour is commonplace in a lot of these places.
So it's nice to shout out, hey, can you buy me a gallon of milk? I'll pay you back when you get here. And your friend saying, sure, we're at Walmart now. In case of emergencies, this is great to have a village that you're camping with. Just in case you have to take a child to the emergency department, or somebody needs a little bit of emergent care and you don't have what you need.
Ask us how we know that one.
It takes more than 2 nurses to glue a lip back together.
Here, I'm just gonna push down and through. It comes out the bottom. Now careful, because it might stick your finger together. But see, it's not gonna hurt.
It's people glue.
Yeah. Well, yeah. See,
And finally, number 6, it's just more fun to camp with friends.
There's something about the quietness of being out in the wilderness, but when you can enjoy that same wilderness with people you actually like to be around, it's a lot of fun.
Taking walks, hiking up a mountain, doing a field trip, sitting around a campfire. All of these are great things to do to build relationship while you are a full-timer. And it's so much better when you are unplugged from the RV park or campground. That brings added distraction.
Now, boondocking in a community is
Not always butterflies
Positives
and
and
rainbows.
there are some downsides. Number 1, it is really hard to keep a consistent routine when your kids only want to go out and play with all the other kids in the area.
So this is a really great opportunity for you as parents to communicate with the other parents that are in the area and say, hey, this is our normal routine, and they might be very happy to say, you know what, our routine's about the same too. Let's just say schoolwork happens in the morning and chores, and the kids don't come out to play until a certain time. It's also good sometimes to unplug from the normal routine to build relationships that you won't be able to build at another time once they move on or you move on. Another negative could be that you really don't mesh or jive with the families that you are boondocking with. We have not experienced this, as we have really enjoyed everybody that we have spent time with, but there's always those problems with late nighters who are noisy versus people who need their sleep and go to bed early. You can have groups that like to swear and drink and do, you know, marijuana, which is not okay when you have young kids. Just being aware of different lifestyles and knowing that you can always just pick up and leave if it's not working out.
It's a free campsite. You don't have to stay the full 14 days. The last negative,
Which could happen in a campground as well as boondocking.
yeah, your kids could catch whatever bug any of the other kids or anybody else has.
Let's face it, your kids can pick it up at the grocery store. If they were in school, they would pick it up at school.
Yeah.
They'd pick it up at the campground or in the RV park just as well as they would pick it up boondocking.
When we were at the balloon fiesta, they had a term for it. What was it? Rally crud?
Rally crud. Everybody got sick just after rally because some child infected everyone else.
And there were lots of people within close vicinity.
Exactly. So.
And we're not even talking about the corona. So.
Boondocking as a community is just something that you have to try at least once to decide whether or not you like it. There are so many great benefits that we have not even listed here that you might find. You might find your very best friend the next time you boondock with a group of people.
If you want to know more about how we created community while boondocking, join us this Sunday at 8 p.m. Central on our live stream.
Like this video, give it a thumbs up, share on social media, and we'll look forward to seeing you on our live stream next Sunday.
And as always,
Live life intentionally.